Hey everybody, welcome back. Shane here from Guitar at Work. This is the Rolling Stones and Wild Horses. I'll send this out to Joseph in sunny California. Joe, I hope you're doing well there and that everything's as well as can be. Great request just came in last week. Wild Horses, I'm always shocked we haven't done some of these before, but anyway, Wild Horses. Now, there's a lot of great videos out there doing this song, and rightfully so, they're doing it in open G tuning, a lot of them. I'm going to do this in standard tuning, normal tuning, okay? Normal tuning. We don't have to mess around with the tuning. I wanted to give you a standard tuning version of this that you can just grab your guitar and play. There's many layers in the song. One guitar is definitely, at least one guitar is definitely in open G. There's another guitar in standard. There's an electric guitar playing over top. So let's do a version that carries the day as one guitar. That's so important. This is a version of it that you can just grab a guitar and play it. And talk a little bit about some of the intro fills in the very beginning, the nice little let's get that going, little things like that, and some ornaments on the basic chords themselves. So I want to thank you for coming back. Always fun to be doing this. Your thumbs up have meant the world, that's for sure, and your comments and suggestions and complaints even have been really great. So thanks for that, guys. And I get feedback either way as to whether to play a little bit of the song first or don't play a little. Some people prefer it if I just dive right in, but let me just do a couple of things. The strumming pattern on this is really cool in that it's a ballad. It's a slow song, comes in about 70 beats a minute, and that's a fair bit of time to fill with the right hand. So let's talk about the right hand might do. I'll put on the fabulous beat, but I'm just going to play the intro and a bit of the verse maybe here. 2, 3. Here's your strumming pattern. I'll go through it slowly in a sec. In A minor. Here's a verse, B minor. We'll talk about B minor, don't run away. That little riff there, you hearing that? Right here. A minor, there's lots of that gonna happen. Punches here. I'll go to a chorus. Punches. So that's your meat and potatoes acoustic guitar part. And if you saw a couple of things there that spook you, this is the ideal time. If B minor is new to you and holding you up, this is the ideal song to learn it in because it's a slow song. You got a fair bit of time to get there compared to an up-tempo song, right? So stick with me on that. I'll have some tips for you about how to get to that B minor cleanly, how to get to it quickly, and maybe some approaches to practicing the darn thing. It'll open the door to a lot of songs. Don't avoid bar chords, okay? Even if you're getting this kind of sound, at first, don't avoid. We'll talk about how to clean that up. So as always, I will send you to patreon.com/guitarwork. I have got 2 song sheets and a details page here for you. Very, very important. I'll be referring to that the entire time. There's a little legend at the bottom there. But let's get to that in a sec. Now, your chord shapes, I want to take you to the G. Here, we're going to go right to this guy. Starts out on a G chord. Now, I'm going to use that G. I'm going to call that the big kid's G. Look at that fingering. I'm going to go 3rd finger on that 3rd fret low E, 2nd finger, 2nd fret on the A, and pinky is going to go all the way down to that thin string. Now, a lot of people scream in horror when they see that. Now, if you learned your G this way early on, G, it's much more difficult to learn this other G because you don't really want to give this guy up. Believe me, you need both G's in your playing for sure. This one gives you access to several little ideas, but in this song, most importantly, it's a G sus4. So there's your G. That's on your sheet, G. And if you're having trouble separating your ring finger and pinky, if your thumb is up like that, you're probably doomed. Don't hold it like a baseball bat, or we'd say a hockey stick up here. Don't hold it like that. Get your thumb down, wrist down, nice and low like that. That should extend your pinky. A curl in the pinky is a good technique. Curl in the pinky. He doesn't have to be straight, or shouldn't be straight. So try to get on the side of your pad like that, and you'll have a nice twisted kind of pinky in there, which will give you access. We're going to need this 1st finger going to that 1st fret on the B string. That's called G sus4. That's an available embellishment when you're on a G. It's something to keep the motion when the chord is static. So you can hear it all through this song. That's the one there. So that's the G in there. The A minor 7th, I'm just going to take an A minor and grab a pinky right there. The pinky actually stays where he was from G to A minor 7. I'm looking at the intro here. So G to A minor 7. That's it. And I'd prefer to see you keep the pinky there if you're able. Some of us are going to have to, at first, going to have to go to A minor and then add the pinky, just until your muscular kind of memory kicks in. That's G to A minor 7. There we go. So I don't need to go through all the chords with you. They're all on the sheet there for you. There's nothing crazy. After that, it's all pretty normal. Meat and potatoes kind of chords. I'm going to look at that strumming pattern here now. The strumming pattern is this guy here. You're going to see it on the right side of page 1. I'll sit on a G just for a bit. I'm going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's one bar. It's one pattern. Let's do that again. G, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Yeah, let's do it again. 3 and a 4 and a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. One last time. 3 and a 4 and a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now, it can feel almost anti-musical to be staring at a sheet and going down, down, up, down. Like the pauses, or you don't know how long they're supposed to be. Really what we're feeling should be feeling there are 16ths. If I do this, walk the chicken, walk the chicken, walk the chicken, walk the chicken. Now, if I accent those guys, if I accent the pattern that we just did while walking the chicken, it's going to be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So you see how it all lives within this, which I'll call the scrub. Those are your available 16th notes. Those are the notes the rhythmic places you can play. So you're choosing down, down, up, down, down, up, down, and then I'll just remove the stuff I don't need, and I get down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down. Importantly, notice the right hand keeps moving. Okay, he's feeling the empty spots. If you get nothing else from this video, that could be life-altering for strumming. I promise you that, because this feels anti-musical. Notice I'm stopping. I'm going down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. It gives you no sense of the context. Versus down, down, up, down, down, up, down. This guy moving. This guy's your arranger. He's just choosing when to dig in. Okay. Now, when somebody imposes a strumming pattern on you, it doesn't necessarily mean that is it for the entire song. Okay. Rarely would you play the entire song with one strumming pattern, but we build off that. That contains the kind of the spirit of the song in there. Hopefully, now you should maybe stop tape there if you feel like you need to work on that pattern. We're going to do a full play along. We'll do a quick slow play along, maybe a verse and a chorus just to get you ready, and we'll do a full play along at the end for sure, all the way through. I'll shout out the chords. We'll use the fabulous BeatBuddy. And so if I look at, there's a legend on page 2. I want to explain to you some of this notation. It's hard to get it all in a couple of pages. On the bottom of page 2, if chords are bracketed, for instance, the C and D, if you're looking at the bottom of page 2, my handwriting there, if chords are bracketed like the C and the D are, that is this rhythmic figure here. C. Those are punches. So that starts out with a C chord, down, down, and then 2 quick downs, and then on the D, down, up, down, and then to your next chord, whichever it's going to be. So let me do that again. If chords are bracketed, their punches sounds this way. C, 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 D. Okay, again, C, 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 D. Anytime they're bracketed, it's that motif, okay? Now, there are other chords that are bracketed. I'm going to look at, there's a D to C, so that would be this, D, D. So those, it's the same rhythmic motif, right? That's if they're bracketed. If they're circled, the only place you're going to see that in this song is G and F in the chorus. If they're circled, they get 2 beats apiece. That would just be this. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. And that'd be G. We'll ride them someday. That was 2 beats apiece. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. Okay, so that's if they're circled. And then if there's no brackets and no circles, it's just 4 beats using the pattern that we just did. Okay, so in quick review, brackets sound this way. The first chord is C, 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 D. And let's say it ended on a G. A G would be the next chord. Okay, and if it's circled, it's 2 beats apiece. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. And if it's not circled or bracketed, it's this guy down. three distinct ways to treat the chords there. I hope that's okay. Review that, but grab the sheets. It makes perfect sense when you're staring at it, and I'll be shouting that out as best I can when we do the play along. So don't let that freak you out. Here we go. There's nothing, I'm going to take you through a verse together. Let's do a verse slowly, and I'll do the slow play along. The song comes in at the song comes in at 70 beats a minute. I'm going to take 10 beats off that. All you have to do is go to the BeatBuddy here, 10 beats, take 10 beats off, and you get a sense of what you're in for. So let's use this as a rehearsal. Just going to leap right in, okay? You're not going to think about it too much. There's some chords in there. If you miss the B minor because it's new to you, if you miss that B minor, try to get to the next chord. It's so important to gain recovery skills in real time play alongs like this guy here. So I'm leaping right into the slow play along, and I'm going to start with the intro. I'll let this guy go here first. Let's get the BeatBuddy going. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And I'll try to show things out as best I can. Here comes the G, jump at it. 3, 4, G. A minor 7. Back to G. Just basic chords, no embellishments yet. And here's a G. First verse, here we go. Verse, B minor 2. Childhood, live in G. No embellishments yet. B minor, it's easy to do. A minor, C to D, now bracket it. D, G. I brought the D, bracket it for you. Punch is coming. B minor. Graceless, G, graceless, B minor, you know, G, who I am, A minor, C, punches, slide through deep my hand. Chorus, A minor, punches coming out, C to D, bracketed, 2 B Cs, G, F, couldn't drag me, C away, punches, A minor, wild, wild, C to D, G, couldn't drag, C, EOS, 2 B Cs, here we go. Okay, good. Did you do okay with that? I hope so. I'll bring it back up to 70 beats a minute here. Now, that was just meat and potatoes, bare bones. But in the order of learning things, remember, you need to be able to do that. You should be able to do that before you start adding all these embellishments and making things more complicated. You get people trying to add everything right away, then the song just seems too difficult. That carries the day. What we just did could carry the day, and then you're adding some embellishments later on. Probably the number one thing you're hearing in this song, on most G's in this song, and most G's, I'll take it from the verse here. I'll go B minor. Childhood, G, live right here. Pinky, first finger on it. Now that was that sus4 we talked about. So I'm gonna hit the G, down, down, up, and now first finger on, G sus, down, down, off, down, down, on, off. Okay, again, 3, 4, down, down, on, off. And sometimes he'll put it back on just before he changes chords. Let's do that. So go down, down, on, off, on. And he goes to the next chord. So that can be feel fairly rushed. It's not the end of the world if you don't nail that exact rhythm. Just try to, at first, try to put the guy on. Just throw him on there any way you can, get used to the movement there. The number one rule probably is just try not to step on the singer, right? Try not to be too busy underneath the singer. Remember, singers think it's all about them. So now really that's about it, and I just want to draw your attention to the instrumental section at the bottom of page 1 before we get to any fancier stuff. Bottom of page 1 is the instrumental section, the first guitar solo. It says F, so F, you can use your full bar F, like whatever you want to do. What you're hearing on the recording there, the sum total of a couple of guitars would be my instinct on that. F, and you could just do regular F is fine, but I'm going to put a pinky right there. That's technically F add 9, so you don't have to bar that F anymore if you've got the pinky on the high string at that 3rd fret. And they go into a friskier strum, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and to a C, but I'm going to leave that pinky where he is. Sometimes you'll see that chord called C5, sort of internet speaks, but really it's a common tone. Here's your F with the pinky on, and here's your C with the pinky on. Or just use normal garden variety F and C. You don't have to use these, but it is sticking out of that recording pretty hugely. So that would be 1, 2, bottom of the first page, and C. And toward the end, we'll talk about what scales you might employ over top of that section and others as well. But let's do a play along. Believe it or not, deep end of the pool, jump in. This is full speed play along. Go grab your sheets again from patreon.com/guitar@work. That doesn't have to be a lifelong commitment, by the way. I haven't looked to see how many songs, but there's a lot of songs up there. Go grab songs. We do a lot of play-alongs together. We've got a lot of great feedback on that. So go grab those, and it's a pleasure to hear from you guys that have been asking questions and making suggestions. Thanks for that. So we're ready to go. The BeatBuddy's at 70. Proudly affiliated with Singular Sound, the BeatBuddy company, and also the Aeros Looper. Let's put those both to work here. I'll start with the BeatBuddy, and it's a lot more fun than the metronome. The drums come in on the first chorus in this song on the record, but I'll put them all the way through to hold us together. And do what you can. Remember, if you crash and burn, wait for the next section, wait for the next chord, whatever you can do, okay? I'll shout it out best I can. I'll have to scroll at the end of the first page. Here it comes. BeatBuddy's going to count us in. It's going to go tick, tick, tick. You know what? G coming, intro. 3, 4, G. A minor. 7, G. A minor 7. And a G. Little embellishment. B minor and a 1. First verse. Childhood living. Little embellishment here. B minor. It's easy. G to do. A minor. The thing C to D punches you wanted. G. I bought them D for you. Punches here. Back to B minor, graceless G lady. First finger on, if you can do it, you know who I am, who I am. If you can do it, A minor, you know C, I can't let you. And slide through D, my hands. First chorus coming, A minor. Punch is coming, C to D, wild horse, punch it, 2 beats each, C, couldn't F drag me, C away, punches, A minor, wild C, wild horses, C, come on, 2 beats each, F, drag me, C, away. Now, next verse, B minor, and a 1, 2, I watched you suffer, G. Noodle if you can, B minor. A dull aching pain, G and pain. First finger if you can do it, A minor. C to D punches, you decided. G. Show me D, send. Punch it, B minor. No sweeping exits, G. If you can do it, B minor. Off stage lines, A minor, you make me C to D feel better, punch it, G to D greet you unkind, second chorus coming now, A minor, wild, wild, C to D, wild, punch it, F, 2 beats now, C, punching C to B minor, A minor, bottom of the page now, C to D punching, wild horses, F couldn't drag me, C away. Instrumental now. F with the pinky on, 1, 2, C, C, pinky on still, F, now C to D punches, have to scroll 2, stay on G, 4, and a 1, 2, page 2, B minor, I know G, I've dreamed, B minor, Sin and a Lie, it's just another verse, A minor, C to D, I have my freedom, punch it, but I don't have D, much time, it's D to C, B minor, faith G has been broken, B minor, tears G, must be cried, A minor, let's do C to D, punch it somewhere, D after we die, last chorus now, chorus, A minor, wild, wild, C to D, punch it, 2 beats each, G, F couldn't drag me, C, away, punch it, A minor, wild, wild, C to D, G, 2 beats each, F, will ride them, C, someday. Now second instrumental section, B minor, and a 1. We'll talk about what you could do over the top of this bit, G. Oh, I went to that G, that's a bad idea. B minor, and a 1, 2. I'm gonna go to the other G here now. Leaves my first finger free. A minor, yeah, that's it. C to D, no, no, no. Bound, I'm down. Last chorus here, A minor, C to D, punch it, wild horses, C to D, G 2 beats, F 2 beats, C, now punch it, C to D minor, A minor, last line, wild, wild, C to D, wild horses, G, F, gonna ride them, C, someday. And they stop on a G, you'll stop the BeatBuddy. Hey, I hope you did okay with that. Again, I keep saying it every video, is that if you miss some things, you just got to wait for the next section. If you miss a little noodles, these guys, first thing to mind, that's okay. You still have a G chord. It's still a good thing you're doing. And you add the ornaments as you are able. Don't get all bogged down and then practice them sort of in the background while you're playing the basic song. So that's our play along. Thanks for doing that. And again, grab those sheets, patreon.com/guitar@work. There's a really cool little intro. If there's anything worth chasing in the lead department, even if you don't want to be a lead person, there's a super, super popular intro to this where he's got that beautiful little... So I'll get the Aeros Looper going. The Aeros Looper, if you don't have a looper, I got to tell you, this is the best looper I have been using. I've used many loopers. This one, beautiful graphic display. I'm just going to press, all I have to do here, I press Loop Studio, and it's going to load up an empty spot for me. And now if I press go on the BeatBuddy, it's going to start recording. After, it's going to count me in, it's going to count 4, and then it's going to start recording on the Aeros Looper. So the two of them are talking to each other. They're both made by Singular Sound. It's incredible. They just work seamlessly together. Absolutely love them. And there's links down in the description. And if you use that promo code GAW10, you get 10% off, and it helps to support the channel. So many of you are doing that, which is wonderful. And thanks for your questions. Happy to help. And so I'm gonna record the chords for the intro, G and A minor 7th, and then let's talk about that little noodle here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Recording G. Here we go. There we go. So look, ma, no hands. Okay. And notice I played through. I kept on playing for maybe a beat after it connected. Kept playing through for maybe a beat, and that helps to stitch any looper. It helps any looper to stitch the thing together. Now, I'm just going to get ready. I'll take you through this slowly in a sec. You heard it? Here it is. Do it one more time. and let's talk about it. Yeah, so those shapes, they're called thirds. They're beautiful. In your detail sheet here, about midway on your detail sheet, it says intro lead. Grab those. You're going to see a 12 and a 10. I'm 12 here on the B string, and I'm 10th fret on that high E. And those guys, get your thumb down nice and low like that, so they're standing up, so you don't mute any strings accidentally. I'm going to play those two strings together. It happens 3 times. Da da da. That little spray there. Make sure we're recording. Okay, we are. Okay, so, and then I'm going to take the slides out. That goes down 2 frets to the 10th fret and the 8th fret. And then to the 8th fret and the 7th fret. So I'm going to use the same fingers for that. I wouldn't usually, but because there's a slide involved later. So what I wanted to encourage you to do is get these 3 little shapes. Really, it's kind of one shape. 12 and 10, 10 and 8, and 10 and 7. Using the same fingers. Okay, so that is this. You'll want to be able to do that before you start thinking about the slide. People get so bogged down with the slide before they know how to seat their fingers on those frets that their slide is always bumpy. So really, you want this first. Get sure-footed like that. Now I'll do exactly like the record here. I hit one too many strings here. Let me do that again. So again, slide. Like that. So if you find the notes are fading, you have to figure out how much pressure it takes on your guitar with your fingers to keep the note moving, to get that glissy. Like that, so they keep ringing. If you're pressing too hard, you're going to get too much drag, you won't be able to slide well. So there's a perfect little spot in there somewhere, which is why I would highly advise that you get used to the shapes before you try the slides, okay? And don't cut yourself up, those are pretty thin strings. So if you have a playing partner, a friend, you would play that over top of the A minor 7th in that intro. So let me put it in context for you again. The chords are already recorded. All I have to do is press go on the BeatBuddy. It's going to play them. 3, 4, 1, 2. A minor right here. 1, 2, 3. Here's the A minor 7. 1. Here it is. Yeah. So that's the intro bit. And I think it's important to have some of that. But remember, that shouldn't supersede learning the song. Just wanted to make sure we get some of it in there. And then people have been enjoying, by the feedback I'm getting, some of the lead stuff we've been doing at the end. During the guitar solo on the first page there, I'm going to erase, this is easy as, I'm going to erase that stuff. Now it's totally clean. And you're seeing my slippers. I meant to take them off. Okay, the C blues scale you're seeing toward the bottom of the page is going to work very well. Let me get the F chord and a C chord. I'm just going to record the chords for the solo. Okay, the chords for the solo. I'll just go F C F C just for now to give us something to chew on. So F C. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Now here's the scale slowly. You know it probably. C blues. So you're getting this stuff. There you go. All that good stuff. But so instead of learning the exact solo, which could take you quite a while, I'd highly encourage you to get familiar with the scale and just try improvising a little something, like just play in and out of the scale. Let's go through it slowly for 8 on the low E, and you got 11 on the low E, and you got 8, 9, 10 on the A, 8 on the D, 10 on the D, 8 on the G, 10 on the G, 11 on the G, 8 on the B, 11 on the B, 8 on high E, 11 on the high E. So what goes up must come down, remember? Yeah, typically if I'm going to launch into lead stuff, I'm going to rest my hand right there, going from strumming wide open like that to poof, I bolt down right there, and I tend to miss less strings that way. So at first, what do you do with that? You can treat it like a finger exercise. It really does help things, so you want to definitely do that. And then if I just noodle a bit on top of those chords, F and C in the solo, this guy. just a scale. Yeah. So maybe little phrases. So that could serve you very well if you're jamming and you don't want to learn the entire solo, you don't want to learn the actual solo on the record because that's, you know, a bit of a task. Just jump up there and play some stuff out of that. And get used to where you can stop and pause. At first we start by just playing the scale and then we try to get a bit more musical with it, get a bit of vocabulary going. So I'd highly recommend that even as just a finger exercise. And the only other thing I want to mention to you, I'm going to erase all that, I'll erase all that again, is the scale at the very bottom might be good for fills. So I'm going to put in, I'll put in a verse, B minor to G. Okay, so here comes 1, 2, 3, 4, B minor. There we go, B minor to G. Now this is G pentatonic major. So let's suppose there's a fill. In between the vocal. So that, you could use that for fills. Let me just go through and I'll start it up again in a sec. But that would be this G pentatonic major, some of you may know it. There's a 3rd fret there, it's written out for you. Open A, and then 2nd fret on the A, 2nd open D, 2nd fret on the D, and open G, 2nd fret on that guy, open B, 3rd fret, high E open, and 3rd fret high E. Now you gotta go backwards as well. Just read it backwards, literally. And then there's a little extension at the very end of that little bar there, just to give you a bit more ammo. I'm gonna go 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, 2, 0. Same scale, different location, okay? Different location in there. So use that for fills. Now, I love doing this. Play along to the actual recording. You're gonna hear the singer go 2, 3, 4, and a big hole. And it's layout. So see what I'm doing? I'm filling up the holes between the vocals, and the Stones are expert at that. Just try not to step on the singer. There's certain things you can do over top of the singer, but just make sure you lay in, lay out. You can end when he comes in, but try not to make things too busy when he's trying to sing, or you'll get that look across the stage like, whose show is this anyway? Anyway, it's longer than I expected it to go here today, but I had a good time. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And Joseph again in California, thanks for that. A great suggestion. That was Wild Horses by the Rolling Stones. And I hope you'll have a bit of fun with it, that's for sure. And grab yourself a BeatBuddy from Singular Sound. They're fantastic, the drum machine. That came in at 70 beats a minute. Am I forgetting to mention anything? I hope not. 70 beats a minute. And I think you're going to find it's... these guys, if you grab one of these, it's way more fun than a metronome. I use it all the time. I've been using it for years, and I've been affiliated with the company for about a year now, and I just love it. It's fantastic. So enjoy that, and we'll see you again soon, guys. Keep the comments coming. Thumbs up, helping the world. So go to patreon.com/guitar. All the links are in the description. We'll see you next time. Bye. 2, 3, and...